Alright guys, you're probably wondering, why the hell are we here again? Why do we have 6 tickets? Let me just go ahead and say, first of all, for anyone that's expecting main story right now, this ain't the video. So I'm gonna just give y'all a second to get on up out of here, to save y'all your time. Because what I'm gonna do right now is, I'm gonna experience all of the fortune telling stuff. So this video right here, I'm not sure how long it's gonna be, because what I plan to do is to do both answers for the fortune telling for characters that I haven't done yet. And then I don't know if I'll do it in this same part, but I'll probably record another part another time for the Garten shit. You remember when we were walking in that area with Elisa at the Garten? She had a nice little moment, and it was a good conversation. I know stuff like that probably doesn't mean too much to some people that play these games. They're just here for the main story. I'm not mad at you for it. You know, you play the game how you want to play it and enjoy it the way that you want to. You'll never hear me coming at your neck sideways about it. I just want everybody to have a good time. And the only way you can do that is by playing the way that you want to play. With that being said, that's what we'll be doing here. This part is going to have a lot of cuts and edits because we're going to have to go through a lot of the same stuff for characters until we get to that choice. So bear with me. I'm definitely not going to put y'all through a lot of that. I'll be cutting and editing this shit up. Let's see. You're a match for those shrouded in mystery. Sounds like Emma. Though an open mind will be necessary for you to accept them for who they truly are. Ooh, this getting juicy. See, this is what I like, man. I know it's not some of this stuff that they're going to talk about during these moments at the fortune telling, you know, or even at the Garten, aren't going to be like super heavy into the main story or anything, or like hardcore lore nuggets. Not everything, maybe some might, but it's just the small stuff. Sometimes you got to be able to appreciate the smaller stuff. That's what I want some of you guys to understand. I know a lot of you already do. I'm just talking shit. I'm not really talking shit, but you guys get what I mean. I'm just doing another one of my rambles. Mine says being overly reserved will result in chances to get closer to others passing you by. That shit sounds almost poetic. Sometimes you must have the courage to reveal your true self. Hey Emma, when is that time gonna be? I know what you are. Well, I think I know what you are. This is distressingly accurate. Ouch. I was expecting our results to be so harsh. I guess I better work on opening my mind if I want to meet this mystery girl. I don't know about that, Reen. You've always struck me as a rather broad-minded individual. I think that the other members of our class really appreciate that about you. Oh, she's so sweet. You mean it? Still, a match for those shrouded in mystery. Shrouded in mystery, huh? It certainly does seem that way. What exactly do you mean by that? Sorry, I didn't mean to imply that we're a match romantically or anything. Or that we couldn't be. I just, Ring Schwarzer, king of the awkward situation. Anyway, let's do our best tomorrow, okay? Yeah, it sounds like a plan. Oh, I got medium luck. You should treasure those who show you concern. Good fortune comes to those who stay in contact with their family. I think I send them more than enough letters as is. I think it's probably fate telling you to treat your little sister better. It sounds like you're always doing something to make her worry about you for some reason or another. Yeah, you've got a point. So what does yours say? Let's see, future luck, whatever that means. Future luck? Huh. You may not be on the best of terms with your family, but that does not mean they do not care. Love comes in many forms. They do say that. That is something that is said. Sounds like it's probably referring to your relationship with your mother. Love comes in many forms. That means she cares for you in her own way? That might be possible. I mean, didn't they say that she was covering her expenses and stuff here at school? I mean, yeah. This definitely checks out to a degree. Still, I was hoping for something a little more encouraging than future luck. Yeah, that's kind of an overwhelming fortune to get, or underwhelming fortune to get. Still, it's nice to be told that you're loved, even by a piece of paper. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. That actually visibly made me cringe a bit. That hurt. That was depressing. Maybe there's hope for my mother someday. I think so. Maybe I should try to stay a little closer to my family after all. Oh, you definitely should. Hey, bro, you're a whole point of coming here to find yourself and stuff, but you really kind of just seem like you want to be away from your folks. Mine says minor luck. A great task lies before you, one that will test the breadth of your experience and capability. This is an interesting one. Something that's going to test his experience and capability. Minor luck. But you just barely have any luck for this one. Make sure that you are well rested and fully prepared. Okay, so whatever they're hinting at, luck ain't really gonna be a factor. Like, you got minor luck, but it's really about how well you're prepared. Mine's medium luck. You have good luck with the arts. All that remains is to unleash your potential. Do everything you can, then leave rest to fate. Huh. I can't really make too much out of his. Aside from how much better yours is, I'd say our fortunes are pretty similar. That's one way to look at it. A great task, huh? The first thing that springs to mind is the concert tomorrow. That was my thought too. Both fortunes seem to be saying that we need to put our all into this performance. I mean, I guess that's what it was saying. Very weird way to go about it, though. To do that, we're going to need to be rested and ready to go tomorrow. We're going to need to play like we've never played before if we want to make this concert shine. Right. Now be sure to do my part. And you can count on me too. I got slight luck. Conflict is imminent. You must confront it with a sincere heart. I think even slight was overselling it. Mine reads great luck. Stay focused on your major goal. The path that leads to it will be paved with minor ones. Every long journey is made up of small steps. A major goal, huh? I bet you have a really good one. What is it, if you don't mind me asking? That might be the greatest swordswoman. Or to be in the... I mean, I feel like Laura is the second coming of Aerie, bro. I feel like her potential is through the roof. I suppose my current goal is to surpass my father. Ever since I was a child, I've aspired to become a warrior like the Lance Maiden. I still have a long road ahead of me. But before I can hope to defeat my father, I still have many rivals to overcome. Klaus for one. Yeah, shout out to Klaus, man. We love Klaus. Well, it's like the fortune says, you just need to take things one step at a time. You're one of those steps too, Rain. I am? The fortune says that my path is paved with minor goals. Once the festival is over, I'd like to challenge you to a duel. I'm curious to see which of us would emerge victorious if we cross swords. Damn. Well, good luck, Ring. Looks like I found the conflict my fortune mentioned. I imagine it's far more pervasive in Calvert. There's even a semi-famous eastern quarter full of immigrants. Although, rumor has it that there may be a plan to drive all of them out of the country. I can't even imagine. It sounds like Calvert has just as many cultural issues as the Empire. I really want to go to Calvert. I know I was saying the same thing about Erebonia when I was in Crossville and whatnot, but I'm very interested because they have, I can't really picture what it's like over there. Like, this little shop is supposed to be Eastern, this little tea house. So this gives off vibes of like, you know how in anime they have like, when it's like an anime like placed in the East, it's always like samurais or swordsmen and shit. But it's weird though, because we know that in Calvert there's like races and shit, like cars and everything, racing, like actual like vehicle races. I think I'm pretty sure Noelle was the one that was talking about it in Crossville. Like, she was going crazy about it. Like, her dad took her over there. I'm very interested. I don't understand. Like, sometimes I feel like they're talking about two different places when they talk about Calvert. I mean, maybe the area is so big that one side is a certain way and the other is another. I'm not sure. Perhaps every country has a fuse of its own just waiting to be lit. Yeah, that's actually a fair assessment, Machias. That's very true. Oh, nice. I got great luck. Academic fortune is smiling upon you. No knowledge will escape your grasp. Yeah, right about that, especially when you got somebody like Machias in your corner that can help you out with anything you don't understand. When it comes to the knowledge, you got it all. Just believe in your boy. Establish a goal and strive towards achieving it. You will succeed. Hold on, I got bad luck. Oh no, Machias, what happened? What does it say? Knowledge flies in one ear and out the other. The breaks you are skipping are necessary to unwind. Use them. Ooh, they got you, Machias. They got you. You're always over studying and trying to learn so much stuff with little to no breaks. You need the breaks to study and learn more efficiently. So that way it won't be going out of one ear and out the other. You can sit on it, let it marinate a little bit, and then get back to it. However, should you take heart and continue to struggle against the current, bad luck can become good. What's that supposed to mean? They actually put bad luck in these? This is supposed to be fun, relaxing attraction. Why would they do that? It sounds like something Vivi would do. But Linda's the one giving out the luck-based stuff. So Vivi might have just trolled her. Because I have a hard time believing Lynn would do that. And they can't be serious. My mind is like a steel trap. Are you sure we didn't mix up our fortune somehow? I mean, look at yours. It's practically a poem dedicated to your academic prowess. You don't think, oh, dear Adios, no, this can't be a sign that Eustace is going to outdo me on our next exams, can it? That's your first thought, is Eustace outdoing you on exams? Have you finally given up on surpassing Emma or what? Calm down, there's no need to be so upset. You said so yourself, right? It's nothing but a superstition. That didn't mean I wanted a bad one. Besides, look at the second half again. However, you should take heart and continue to struggle against the current. Bad luck can become good. Come on, nobody works as hard as you do. Even if you do have bad luck, you'll turn it around in no time. Look at Ring being a W man's. Maybe you're right, as long as I keep working hard. No, I'm going to work harder than hard. Not only am I going to beat Eustace, but I'm going to surpass Emma once and for all. Oh, there we go. You know he's back when he's bringing up passing Emma. And Marcus is back. Oh, and just so we're clear, you're not going to outscore me, even with this supernatural luck of yours. Marcus, you don't want to see me on the test exams. I'm never failing a question. I'm really like that. Man, bro, if they gave me the opportunity to actually place higher than everybody in our class, man, I would lock the hell in. I'd be so locked in during that test. You better not use that as an excuse to laze around and ignore your studies either. Luck always runs out, my friend. Just shut up, Mr. Bad Luck. Of course I won't. To be honest, I'd really appreciate it if you give me a hand with studying again sometime. You don't even have to ask. I like that. See what we got. Okay, this one just says luck. Teamwork is the foundation of glory. That's true. Your rivals are working every bit as hard as you are. Complacency is here's defeat. Mine reads slight luck. Progress grows out of trust. Then, do not overestimate your own abilities. I was hoping that the festival would have precluded any lectures today. I can't believe both of us got scoldings from our fortunes. But they do have a point. We can't be complacent when it comes to our concert. Indeed, especially when we're pitted against Class 1's operetta. They put in a lot of effort into it, but I think the deciding factor will really be the singing, which ties into your fortune since you'll be singing with Marcus. You two are going to need to trust each other. Yep. A duet is some serious stuff right there. You gotta play off each other, gotta be in sync and everything. But to be honest, it doesn't seem like you'll have any problem with that. I stopped worrying about you a while ago. Beg your pardon? When we're rehearsing, you two are in perfect harmony with one another. It's obvious that deep down you and Maki is just the thought of it makes me sick. I'm only working with him out of a necessity. I had no choice in the matter. Sure, Eustace. Sure. Regardless, as your fortune states, we cannot let ourselves get sloppy tomorrow. I will not tolerate anything less than our best. Neither will I. It says luck on it. Your work will go well, but do ensure that your preparations are perfect before you begin. Sounds good to me. Ditto. The second half sounds like good advice too. It might be a good idea to double check all the equipment we'll be using to make sure everything's perfect. Right? Thanks. Mine's future luck. You'll be reunited with an old friend. An old friend, huh? I wonder who that might be. The only ones that I can think of are obviously Zephyr members. Like the two guys we met back in Legram that was with Duke Cayenne as bodyguards. The really buff dude and the skinny guy. Because they were obviously from Zephyr, those jackets. So maybe it might be those two. I wonder how that'll go. Because, you know, when you're a part of a Jaeger Corp, there's like you have a bond, obviously. So I'm sure they still care about her. And I'm sure she cares about them. Though you may be occupied with other matters and pass each other by. Oh damn, that sounds unfortunate. That one doesn't sound so good. But an old friend, huh? Any idea who that could be referring to? Nope. Maybe Zephyr's leader will come see us somehow? Huh. Why would she say something like that? You know what's crazy? Well, I feel like she's probably just, you know, maybe that's just what she wishes deep down, but she knows it's not able to happen. But if you guys know me, I've been speculating for a while that like certain people could not be dead, and that's because Aryan Road is alive. Aryan Road being alive makes a lot of stuff possible. And I've been speculating since Crossbell that the Jaeger King could be alive, just like maybe the War God. But then when I throw the War God in it, that's where I start to feel like maybe I'm just reaching at this point. Because let's be real here. How much we've heard about the War God, Baldur, he's just as sick as Shirley and Sigmund. So if he was alive, trust me, I think all of us would know, because he'd be wreaking fucking havoc everywhere with the Red Constellation. But the Jaeger King, we don't really know too much about what kind of, you know, guy he really is. And we got a little bit of the flashback with Fee. But we still don't really know too much about him. So I'm not sure if he was alive, how would he operate? Would he go back to just the Zephyr lifestyle, or what would he do? Not sure. I feel like in most cases, the Jaegers probably would just go back to that lifestyle if they had the opportunity to return to the living. Huh? But like, I feel like even though I'm saying I don't have hope in that possibility, the fact that she said that is, I don't know, man. It gives me hope, because in Trails, you gotta understand, for me personally, I don't know how you guys operate, but when characters say stuff like this, it like etches its way into my mind, and I can't ever really forget about it. Like, this moment could mean absolutely nothing, but with the way that Trails is, this moment right here could do a whole 180 and slap me in the face. I don't know, man. It's tricky. Because it is weird that she said that. Like, I swear, sometimes it be the small stuff. The small stuff, it really turns around and have a whole meaning behind it. Yeah, maybe he'll be watching over us with Adios tomorrow. Let's give him a show he'd be proud to see. Yeah. See what we got here. Huh, I got slight luck. Your health may show signs of decline. That is scary as hell. While they may not prove serious, your old wounds are not to be neglected. What in the world could they really be referring to in this case? Because there's a lot going on with this guy. Like, his mental, you know how his mental is. You know how he thinks. You got a clear understanding of, like, how his mind works. But then he also has that weird, strange power. Calling that slight luck was overselling it. That sounds like bad luck to me. That is rather worrisome. What old wounds do you have? None that I'm aware of. The mark on my chest does ache from time to time, though. Could it be referring to that? That's what I assume. Even so, do take care of yourself. Tomorrow's a very important day for us, after all. Will do. Still, at the end of the day, it's just a piece of paper. There's no point reading too much into it. You know, kind of like the guy that's reading our dialogue right now that he's doing. I'm really reading into all of this shit, I'll be honest. Anyway, how about yours? Oh, mine says great luck. Your family and those around you will have excellent health. That's a blessing. Maintain your typical composure and share your luck with those close to you. Hey, look like guys, you better be sharing some luck over to our boy Ringy. Sounds like you don't need to worry about your family and friends back in Nord. Wow. That's true. I almost feel bad that our fortunes were a little better balanced, or weren't a little better balanced. Well, you saw what I got, Ring. Just stick with me and no winds of misfortune will be able to rustle a hair on your head. Big bro. Thanks, will do. I got future luck. Ooh, Ring finally got this one. Troubles both big and small will continue to follow at your heels. Keep your head up and you will find your companions placing their trust in you. And it looks like everybody's gonna be counting on you in the future, man. Looks like you've got some tough times in store. It's not as though trouble has a hard time finding me as is. Speaking of, what does yours say? Let's see. Oh, great luck. Follow your heart and do not fear failure. With the support of those around you, all will go well. Yay! Is there a best fortune? Because I think I got it. Why do I get the terrible feeling that this will only lead to more trouble? But it might be nice if you gave some thought to the people who support you. You know, the ones your fortune mentioned. Piff, you sound like Lecter. Don't worry, if worse comes to worse, I've always got Lammy to help me out. I told you guys. Everything always comes back to Lammy. Lammy's the source of a lot of my problems, you know. I guess that fortune's going to be accurate as long as Milliam's around. I really want to know what this is gonna look like, especially for Crow. Medium luck? Luck smiles upon your competitive spirit. When the moment comes, choose to fight instead of flee. Choose to fight instead of flee. Oh yeah, great luck. You make your own luck behind the scenes and you make it well. Thorough preparations will net you excellent results. Not too shabby. Wow, that is a good one. Sounds like you're helping out with more than just a concert. Maybe this is a sign that every single event you touch will go well. Oh man. This is not... for us it's not good. For him it is. I guess they're referring to the assassination attack on Osborne. That should be, it's gonna be happening soon. I would expect this game to end off with that, most likely. That's what I'm thinking, at least. Maybe it's just that whole they're playing goes well, even though it really doesn't, because we know that the Chancellor is not really dead. So maybe you'll have a moment of like happiness, I guess. I can only hope. Guess I better keep doing my thing behind the scenes. But as I said before, the concert is riding on your shoulders. I can't rush into the rescue you guys with a solo or anything. That's true. We need to be ready. Although I've apparently got luck on my side when it comes to competition, so we'll hopefully do pretty well. Well, we've done everything we can to prepare for this thing. Nothing to do now but give your best performance, everything you've got. Will do. Wish me luck. Let's see. It just says luck here. Is that the middle of the road? Great expectations have been placed upon you. By yours truly, aka Instructor Sarah. Don't give in to the pressure and be sure to finish what you start. I got, slight luck. Lame. Sometimes there are circumstances you can't do anything about. Leave those matters in the hands of those you trust and believe in their success. Talking about us? Are you underwhelmed? Because I'm underwhelmed. If I paid money for this, I'd ask for some of it back. Well, the first thing that comes to mind is your concert tomorrow. Everyone wants to see what you guys have in store. Those are some great expectations, right? Meanwhile, I'm just your teacher, so all I can do is watch and hope you guys kill it up there on stage. I guess when you look at it from that perspective, it almost seems like good advice. Who'd have thought? Don't give in to pressure. Finish what I started. Yeah, that's what we should be doing. And I'll be cheering you on from the sidelines with a half-empty bottle of my favorite spirits, of course. Whatever happens, if you give it all you've got, you'll know you've got at least one fan, yours truly. You bet we will. We want you to see us at the top of our game too. Besides, as our instructor, it'll make you look good. How could I say no to that? My favorite character. This combination of flavors really helps put me at ease. This is so relaxing. Well, you've certainly earned a rest. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like you've been interested in Eastern culture for a while now. You can tell? I don't have quite as much of a connection as you do, but I do have some attachment. I apparently have some Eastern blood in me. Ooh, that's cool learning about like this side of ಠಃLove. Just anyone in general, learning that they have like certain blood in them. Oh, really? I always thought your name was a little unusual here in Arabonia. It's not much, really. Still, I felt a little connection with the East ever since I learned about my family tree when I was little. I see. My interest mostly came from spending time with my master. Still, when you were little... I don't know if... Green, stop it. Green? You're not going to say something like, but you're still little now, are you? Of course not, I would never. Well, actually, yeah, that is what I was going to say. Oh, I knew it, you big meanie. Let's take a look here. Slight luck. You will soon confront a task of great importance. Stand against it with all your heart, and just as your predecessors did. Oh, so they're talking about... This is also about the concert, right? And our predecessors would be ಠಃLove, Crow, George, and Jellica. Oh, I got slight luck too. A friend faces a great task, but there's little you can do to aid them. Do what you can and leave the rest in the hands of fate. Aren't these fortunes supposed to be lighthearted and fun? It sounds like we both have some tough times ahead of us. Yeah, it certainly does. Still, a task of great importance, huh? That might mean our concert tomorrow, in which case the predecessor's part would be referring to your concert last year. You might be onto something. Then mine says a friend faces a great task, but there's little you can do. Maybe that's referring to you and your classmates and saying that all I can do is watch and wish you the best. That makes me feel so powerless. No, don't worry about it. Just knowing that you're looking out for us is all the support we could want. Thanks. It's not going to be easy tomorrow, but easy's never been Class 7 style. I might not be able to help you directly, but I'll be praying for your success. And we'll be sure to deliver. Let's see here. The one with whom you can spend your life is closer than you think. Pay attention to the feelings of those around you. Mine says you already have a partner in mind. The more misunderstandings and arguments you overcome together, the brighter the flames of love will burn. What's this supposed to mean? I don't know, but I'd say we both got pretty good results. You already have a partner in mind, huh? Who's the lucky guy? How should I know? The fortune said it, not me. Even so, it seems like there's only one guy it could be. Apparently, my soulmate is someone close to me. How hilarious would it be if it was someone from our class? Why am I getting so worked up over a guy this dense? Pay attention to the feelings of those around you is right. Huh? Did you say something? Nope, you must be hearing things. Anyway, these things are hardly worth paying attention to. Neither of us know what we want out of our lives, so how could some little scrap of paper? The sooner we forget about them, the happier we'll be. Got it? Right. What's she getting so flustered about? This guy. Strive together with your friends to achieve a common goal. The hardships you overcome along the way will force unbreakable bonds of trust. Mine says you should relentlessly pursue that which is important to you. Which is music? Elliot, you deserve to be a musician, man. The friends who will support you are right at your side. Are you sure we got our fortunes from the right twin? Yeah, but it sounds like both of ours are more about friendship than romance. That's kind of disappointing, but they're surprisingly accurate. That which is important to you must be referring to my love of music. Yes, it is. And thanks to you and our other classmates right now, I'm finally able to pursue it. Well, thanks to our rehearsals, we know how passionate you are about the quality and accuracy of our performance. And we'll do whatever it takes to make sure that our concert tomorrow lives up to your highest hopes. Thanks, Reen. No matter what happens tomorrow, let's give it everything we've got. That's the plan. Let's see. You are compatible with those whose passions you share. Build a relationship in which you compliment. Why does that look like that's not spelled right? It's probably just me. Build a relationship in which you complement each other's strengths while pushing one another to greater heights. Mine reads, a wholehearted strength is an attractive quality, but that alone may push away potential partners. You are more than your strength. Seek to improve your unique traits and wear them proudly on your sleeve. Damn, this sounds like somebody really came at Laura's neck. But she has been doing that though. Like cooking. She's been getting into cooking and stuff. Making like lunches for Ring to try. Well, this is interesting. My father always worries that I grew up too masculine. If I may ask, Ring, do you think that I'm the kind of person who would push away potential partners? I mean, I don't think so, but I can understand that sort of point of view, I suppose, because some guys, they're not really into girls like Laura, you know, the strong type with a somewhat dominating personality. Like, some guys aren't about that life. Me personally, Laura's perfectly fine. No, I don't think that's true at all. Besides, there's no point in taking these things too seriously. At the end of the day, they're just for fun. I suppose that's true. Though it wouldn't hurt to take the part about improving myself to heart. I could always be a better swordsman. That's the spirit. That stoic nature of yours is one of your most attractive qualities, if you ask me. Besides, the more you improve your sword skills, the more inspired I am to do the same. I like that we improve together. Which clears up what the fortune you got. It sums it up pretty well. Likewise, I'm sure that the two of us will be able to reach the peak of... Rain and I share each other's passion for swordsmanship. That couldn't mean that I'm the one Rain's compatible with, could it? It could mean that. The peak of what? Are you okay? You just went quiet all of a sudden. No, I'm perfectly fine. Regardless, I hope that we can continue to motivate each other, both in our art and as classmates. You and me both. Let's see. Sure, there are those who you can be completely honest with. Even if your friendship is not the closest, it may be an invaluable one. Yeah, honestly, I feel like that should have been given to Marcus. He should cherish his bond with the uses. And mine says you should learn to express yourself more openly. Opening your heart will open your future. Gee, thanks, paper. I'll be sure to be more honest with myself and others from here on. Ridiculous. I mean, I feel like that's right, though, Marcus. I don't know. It seems pretty accurate if you ask me. You can't form a bond with someone if you're not willing to be honest with them, right? Well, I suppose not. Yours is practically the same sappy message as mine, too. Yeah, treasure those who you can be completely honest with. You know, given the fight we had a while back, I might be more honest with you than anyone else in class. You're not going to try to kiss me right now or anything, are you? Joking aside, I do think that the hardships we face really have strengthened our friendship. Yeah, so do I. And that's exactly why. Not another word. I can sense the phrase, you should try to make some friends with uses too, coming in. I don't want to hear it. How did you know? You're not a hard guy to read, Rain. Still, I guess trying to fix what isn't broken is just part of who you are. Let's see. You tend to click with those who are proud of heart. Think beyond yourself and strive to understand them. The one I drew says, noble-mindedness can push others away. However, you are certain to find someone who can accept you just as you are. Honestly, I think the person that can accept you the way that you are uses, you're not gonna want to hear this, but buddy, you might be screwed. Because I think that is referring to Milliam. And even Maki's to an extent, like, I'm sure he pretty much just understands this is how their relationship will always be. They're bros, but they're bros that like to fight. But I really think it's referring to Milliam. What is this nonsense? You sound a little less than happy. I'm not going to let some piece of paper tell me how to live my life. I don't think it's completely inaccurate, though. Choose your next words very carefully. Don't get annoyed with me. I don't mean that in a bad way. You do have an air of nobility about you. Some people will find that intimidating and won't know how to approach you. But you know who will approach you regardless of it? Milliam. But that's a part of who you really are and why you're so important to us. You know, really got him shook. And there you go, prattling on about nonsense again. Are you blushing? Absolutely not. I swear, you just know how to disarm someone. Although I suppose that may be part of the reason people are drawn to him. Sorry, what was that? I didn't say a word. The one dear to you is attached to you as a cat would be. Well, the only person that ever is compared to a cat is Fee. It will require a big heart to watch over someone that's independent. There's already someone close to you to whom you can open your heart. The moment you realize this will herald the springtime of your life. Fee? It sounds like you. What? Come to think of it, mine sounds like it's referring to Fee too. Well, I feel like I can relax around you. You do? Yep. You're kind of like the shaded bench in the courtyard. That's quite the comparison. I mean, I guess he feels at ease with it. So, I'm a place to sleep? That's not exactly what I expected you to say. I don't know whether to feel happy or disappointed. Oh, it's nothing. Maybe I should join you for an afternoon nap sometime. You're always welcome. I feel like this is going to be a very wholesome one. Let's see. You should seek an equal upon whom you can rely. The bond of trust between you will allow you to overcome any obstacle. Mine says you should respond to those you respect with sincerity. This truthfulness will forge a partnership between you and allow you to learn from one another. Mine's not quite as romantic as I expected it would be. In fact, it almost sounds as if it's referring to you guys. Me? You're my equal, and you're as reliable as anyone I know. Plus, like the slip said, I can't think of an obstacle the two of us couldn't handle. I'm happy to hear that. For my part, you were the first person I thought of when I read the words, "those you respect," on my fortune. Really? Nah, this is wholesome. You're always there when I need you, whether we're in the middle of a field study or on one of our free days. Be surprised if any of our classmates wouldn't say the same. You're a wonderful friend to us all, and I know you're always there for us whenever we need you. Oh. It's kind of embarrassing to hear all those kind words all at once. But I'll be counting on you too, starting with tomorrow's concert. Of course, let's make it incredible. Let's see. The one you can't stop worrying about is closer than you know. They may cause you trouble, but every incident makes the heart grow fonder. Oh, so is this a little clue about the girl you like, Irene? You sly dog. Yeah, that's definitely not right. The only person I know who fits this description is you. So that means you like me? Hold on, let's rewind for a second here. All I meant was that you're the only one I know who causes so much trouble I always have to keep an eye on you. No, you're a real heartbreaker, Schwarzer. You don't let a girl down easy, huh? Anyway, I got you have potential, but your childishness is abrasive. You should strive towards a more adult appeal. How rude. I don't know. I'd say that's not a bad result overall. If you got potential, that means the best is yet to come, right? You're treating me like a kid again. You are one. Just you wait. One day I'll have big boobs and a curvy butt like Emma, and you'll be sad you missed the prime investment opportunity. A prime investment opportunity is fucking insanity. This is insanity. Who typed this up? Yeah, I need to talk to whoever typed this up. I'm about to put him in a headlock. Might have to hit him with a stone cold stunner while I'm at it. This is crazy. Yeah, why she always coming at Emma? I mean, Emma is pretty stacked. That childishness isn't going to go away anytime soon if you keep talking like that. That's for sure. Let's see what kind of bromance we got over here. Let's see. Seek out one who can trust you. When you accept one another and join as partners, you'll ascend to heights greater than you've ever imagined. A good contrast, huh? Know any ladies that fit that description? I don't know. But you were the first person to spring to mind, though. That's a good point. We're complete opposites in a number of ways. For instance, our fighting styles. You get up close and personal with a sword, and I hang back with my guns. And of course, I'm always dead serious when it comes to studying, and you're always finding new excuses to slack off. Yeah, you tried to switch up the roles. I think you've got that one backwards. Still, I think our differences are part of the reason I feel so comfortable around you. See? The relationship ones aren't all about romance. Or so you claim. Keep hanging out with all these troublemaking second years and they'll corrupt your innocent little mind. Says the corrupter. Hey, I didn't say it was a bad thing. Anyway, let's take a look at mine. You've built good relationships with others, and many rely on you and like you. However, your tendency towards debt may cause you trouble. Try to repay those debts instead of letting them build up. Yeah, Crow. How about you go over to the cafeteria right now? Go to the student union, head over to the cafeteria, and pay your fucking lunch debt to Samantha before you fucking get revealed as the terrorist. That's gonna break her fucking heart. Oh my god, bro. Why? Why does this have to happen? Why does it have to be this fucking way? Alright, let me chill out. We're at a festival. Let me relax. Whoa, I wonder what this could be referring to. I mean, to be fair, you also owe our boy over here. You know exactly what it's referring to. Let me get that 50 mirror back. Generally, things are lent to someone with the implicit understanding that they'll be returned. Mirror especially. I know. I'll be sure to take these words of wisdom to the heart. Alright, let's see the future, Miss Schwarzer. You're drawn to those with an adult allure and charm. Now this is my fortune. This is me. This ain't even ringing anymore. This is my fortune because this is facts. I swear I've been this way since I was a kid. I can't tell you how many crushes I had on my teacher. Strive to improve yourself so that you are a fitting partner for them. Okay, let's see what I got. You are surprisingly compatible with those who the opposite of your usual type. Sometimes it is best to broaden one's horizon. Oh, looks like I got a pretty interesting result. They're saying a younger guy. Okay, Sarah. It certainly seems that way. An adult allure, huh? Why, Ring, I never knew that deep in my star pupil's heart burned the desire for higher education. I'm touched, really I am, but alas, the boner. Middle-aged men are more my type. Though I suppose young guys like you have their own sort of appeal. Who knows? Maybe we make some sparks after all. That is crazy. An adult allure and charm? You? Hey, you could at least try to mask your skepticism. Honestly, do you even have eyes in your head? Any man would jump at a chance with such a grade A woman. He's gonna be like, yeah, if they didn't know you. When you dish out the heat as much as you do, you gotta take it sometimes. It seems like just the other day we were talking about how attractive she is, at least until she opens her mouth. Rip. Honestly, I'm surprised she's still single. Wonder why. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Or were you hoping I would? Boom! Sarah the Heartbreaker strikes again, leaving fresh tears in her wake. Yeah, it's gotta be the personality. Yeah, he is ragging on her back. God damn. Wait, why do you look like you just had some sort of revelation? Let's see. The one you wish to support from the bottom of your heart is by your side. You're compatible with those with the broad-mindedness to accept you for who you are. Interesting. Mine says, your constant dedication to your work does not go unnoticed. Continue to work diligently until you find someone who will support you that you can support in turn. What do you think this means? It's probably referring to the fact that all of your hard work inspires others. I mean, I certainly admire you for it. Oh, thanks, Ring. My fortune wants me to keep working. It's not easy, but if it inspires people, there's no way that I can quit now. Well, I'll always be there to back you up. Meanwhile, mine says I'm compatible with people who accept me as I am. I've gotta wonder just who a guy like you is meant to be with. Now that I think about it, it's probably ಠಃLove. He's always there to cheer me up when I'm feeling down, always doing whatever she can to support me. And she's the very definition of broad-minded. She may be small, but her heart's bigger than anyone's. Even if it's just as a friend, I want to be the one her fortune mentioned. I owe her support for all she's done for me. Ring? Why'd you go all quiet like that? All your staring is making me blush. ಠಃLove, you can't be this cute. This shit is illegal. Yeah, it's nothing. Let's just do our best. Well, that came out of nowhere, but sure. Alright guys, we're at the Garten. And if I sound a little different, maybe more upbeat, more energized, it's because it's a new day. And it's a new me. What a view. And also, if you're wondering why I started off with Elliot, it's just simply because we already did Elisa. We did Elisa's in another part. And this should still be the same part that's, combined with the fortune telling stuff. At least that's what I hope. Because I don't really want to separate these two things, because I feel like all of it should just go in one video. I just hope the video ain't that fucking long. But with how many cuts and all the editing I had to do for it, it probably should still be fairly short. Well, I say fairly short, but you guys know what I mean. It's really Catholic, if that makes sense. No, I agree. It's hard to believe that students were able to pull something like this off. If this is what our competition is capable of, we're going to need to nail that performance. You bet. We don't want to be shown up by any of the other classes. Still, I'm not really going to be that bothered if we lose tomorrow. I mean, yeah, you shouldn't be. The whole point of all of this is to have some fun. What? Really? To me, music's meant to be enjoyed. I don't care if something goes wrong or if our performance pales in comparison to the other classes. As long as we have a good time performing together, I'll be happy. Elliot. Sorry, I didn't realize how lazy that sounded until I said it out loud. I don't really think it sounds lazy at all. I'd never think you were lazy. This concert would have crashed and burned several times over if it wasn't for your dedication and leadership. We all know how determined you are to make our performance a success. Thanks, Reen. I'm really glad that you suggested that our class put on a concert. I never thought I'd be able to share my love of music with all of you like this. Trust me, I didn't do a thing to deserve your thanks. The student council president was the one who suggested a concert. I just passed it on to you and you made it happen. Maybe you're right. Even so, whether we win or lose, let's make sure to have fun tomorrow. I want to share my love of music with everyone who comes to hear us. Whether they're our classmates or other students or just visiting the academy. Let's do it. Hey. I'm right there with him. Just gotta try to make it as memorable as possible. Isn't this garden spectacular? We're in a classroom, but I feel as though I've been drawn into a completely different world. That's a good way to put it. I know it's still light outside, but in here it feels like it's just the two of us together in the middle of the night. That it does. It's awfully romantic. Any woman brought here by a man might suspect him of more amorous designs. That's not quite what I had in mind. Does that mean you don't see me as a woman suitable for such affections? Uh-oh. Choose your words carefully. No, that's not what it means. You're just teasing me now, aren't you? I apologize. I'm not terribly used to situations like this. And frankly, I'm feeling uncharacteristically nervous right now. Oh, Laura's so cute. Uncharacteristic is right. I never would have expected to see you like this. Don't laugh. Of course I get nervous occasionally. You seem to forget that I'm a girl. I mean, everyone gets nervous. Although, given my focus on my swordsmanship, I can't say I'm surprised. I've never been particularly feminine. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to make fun of you. I was just taken aback. Besides, I've never once thought of you as unfeminine. What? You're not unfeminine. You're more of a calm, collected type, which is honestly the best type. You have every bit of pride you'd expect from a noble, but you acknowledge your flaws and work to correct them. And that's one of the things I find most attractive about you, to be honest. Ringing, that's not something you should say to a lady so casually. I love her little expressions. I swear, that aspect of your personality is going to land you in hot water one day. In fact, that you invited me to this event and not one of the others may have just saved you from serious trouble. I'm not really sure what you're getting at here. You gotta break it down for me a little bit. I'm a little too fucking stupid. I suppose it doesn't matter. That's one of the things I find most attractive about you as well. No. Honestly, the upper classes can't help themselves, can they? You just always have to show off. I don't even want to think about how much money they must have spent on all of this. That's probably for the best. But you've got to admit, it is pretty amazing. Especially when you consider that the students handled their decorating themselves. Well, yeah, it's spectacular no matter how much mirror they burned. If this is Class 2's contribution, I'm really dreading Class 1's operetta. You and me both. They're really going all out on that thing. It's not just the upper classes either. The lower classes are really pushing themselves to their limits right now. That's for sure. Are there any other academies with festivals this crazy? Kinda makes me happy to be a Thor student. Ditto. Okay, we need to not let those awkward silences happen. Yeah, this is weird. You guys together in a place like this is bad enough, but sitting in silence just makes it worse. You got a point. Hey, ain't nothing with two bros just hanging out chilling. This is definitely built more for couples than friends. You could tell it's designed so they can get all romantic with each other. Ring, you've been a good friend and I value your company, but I want to make it clear that romance is out of the question. Not to worry, Machias. I'm not interested. You don't think this is some sick scheme by nobles to emotionally sabotage our concert tomorrow, do you? Like, you're getting in your own head about this. You just sit here a little bit, enjoy the stars with your friends, and that's it. Now, I think you're overthinking things. But even so, this is going to be a hard act for our concert to follow. We're going to need to be perfect. Your duet with Uses especially. Push that knife a little further, why don't you? I'll tell you this, I'm not going to let the class down, and I don't think he intends on doing so either. We're all counting on you. You know what? I just had a great idea. Why don't you invite Uses here later? I was honestly about to say something similar to this, but it was a little bit before he brought this up. It was around when I was like saying you could bring your friends here. I was thinking about saying Machias and Uses here would be hilarious. I also think it would be cool to have maybe Laura and Fee or Fee and Emma. And then Elliot and Gaius. The bros. It seems like just the right spot for the two of you to do a little bond. I'd sooner be hanged by my ankles. It's a little strange. I know the sky above us isn't real, and yet it's so beautiful that it might as well be. They've really done an amazing job. I wonder if George had a hand in this. The engineering club would have been able to help anyone they choose after all. Oh, we already seen that George was helping out with the Mishi Panic. He probably was helping with a lot of stuff. Makes sense. I'd believe it. Do you do any stargazing, Reen? Honestly, me personally, I don't think I do any stargazing. Like, I'm not somebody that's a fanatic about it, but when the sky is lit up quite nicely, sometimes I like to look up at it and just clear my mind. Sure, every so often. Keep in mind that my hometown is on the fairly high ground, so I used to be able to get a really nice view. I grew up looking towards the sky too. It's hard not to when your grandmother is a skilled astrologist. I always fuck up that word. Some nights she'd even read near the future in the stars and tell me what was going to happen. Wow, that's really something. From everything you told us, your grandmother sounds like an amazing woman. I'd really like to meet her sometime. Besides, I have to thank her for the medicine you gave me back in Berea. Yeah, the medicine, not the magic. Don't worry about that. Besides, that was so long ago. Maybe so, but it's only right to thank someone who's done you a favor. Who knows, maybe we'll get to visit your hometown on a future field study. If we do, I'd really appreciate it if you introduced us. He laying it on thick. I have a feeling that if I introduced her to any boy, she'd think I'd already decided on my wedding invitations. Yeah, grandma's like that. Yeah, that's how it be though, I suppose. Emma, is something wrong? No, I was just lost in thought. If we ever get the chance, it would be my pleasure to introduce you. I'm sure she would be thrilled to meet you too. And how could she not? I'm lucky to have such a wonderful classmate. Oh. Oh, please, you're flattering me. Still, I hope I get to visit your hometown someday. And I hope I'll get to show you around. That was sweet. Hey, damn, I feel like it took so long for the text to pop up for these guys. These guys were just sitting in silence. Still, I can't fathom what possessed you to invite me here. Did the thought of inviting a girl even dart across your mind? Well, why not? I'm shocked you said yes. I would have figured you'd have been through here with plenty of girls by now. I did receive a number of invitations, but I turned them all down. Coming here with someone I barely know would be a waste of both of our time. Damn, useless? I wish I had that problem. Come to think of it, what is your type anyway? Oh, good question. Okay, we're getting to the meat of it. Good question. What type of girls are you into? In what way is that information remotely relevant to you? I'm just curious. It's just bro talk, uses? Lighten up. You rarely talk about yourself, so I was curious. That's all. I have little interest in pursuing a romantic relationship at the moment. But should that change, I would look for a woman like my mother. Oh. I mean, they did say that is a thing. That people that usually their partners, like sometimes they remind them of like a parent. Hey, that is a weird thing. Not like weird as in like it's like, oh, it's weird, but I mean it's like it's a thing that's pretty common that at least I've heard growing up. You said she passed away 8 years ago, correct? What kind of person was she? In a word, strong. Not only did she raise me entirely on her own, I never once heard her complain about her position as my father's concubine. She may have been a commoner, but she held her high just as high as any noble. If that's the case, I think you must have taken after her. You know, honestly, you really did. That really is how she was. What do you mean? It's hard to put into words, but I've always thought that your sense of pride was different from other nobles. Yeah, it definitely was. Him and Laura are the same cloth. They're cut from the same cloth. And you could tell this early on because his interactions with Machias makes him look bad, but most of the time it was Machias. And sure, Eustace can egg stuff on her. He smart mouth and he says stuff back, but for the most part, he wasn't really like looking down on no one or treating anyone a specific way. The same with Laura. It goes without saying that it's different than your father's, but it's a little different than your brother's too. But after hearing about your mother, I'm starting to see where it came from. I'm not entirely sure what you're trying to say here, but I hope you're right nonetheless. Oh, I'm sure I am. Here's hoping you do end up meeting a girl like her someday, though. Mind your own business. And here we are with little old Fee. This is relaxing. Yeah, there's a great ambience here. It feels really high class and noble, if you know what I mean. One of the mansions we had to infiltrate had a garden like this. We did it at night too. Brings back memories. Damn, Fee, what in the world possessed you to just come out with something like that? I mean, all this time we've been with her, I still haven't gotten quite used to how she would just drop shit like this on us. That's crazy. It kind of makes me think about, you know, Herb Royal Villa. Not that what she's talking about has any sort of like, you know, tie into that. I just mean like the environment is what I imagine it must have looked like a big old mansion with like, I think the Herb Royal Villa had like a garden out around it or something. It's been so long. And I miss Laburo. Like the places there. Hey, what a happy thought. Still, you don't share too many stories from your past. It must be an important memory for you. I guess. It was fun traveling around with him. A few members left before we disbanded though. A few members, huh? Weird. Really? There was one man with a face like a bear's. Everyone was sad when he left. Yo, are you talking about one of my favorite characters over in the Crossbell? Come on, man. If you're talking about who I think you are, which you gotta be because you said bear. And we all know about the killing bear himself, Garcia in the flesh, man. And put some respect on his name, man. That's one of my favorite characters. I don't care what anybody says. The dude, he sticks by his moral code. And he's just a very respectable guy. Like when it comes down to it, he's honorable. He is. As crazy it is to say. Yes, some guy in the mafia. Ex-Jaeger mafia man who works with Ravache is honorable. But he really is. I ain't got nothing but respect for Garcia. But every time I think about him now, I remember when we were locked up with him in the cell. And we had control over him. And I swear to you guys, I said it back then, but he runs like, you know, a Family Guy character like Peter Griffin or something. I'll let it slide though, because he is a top tier character. Man, we're actually sitting here discussing Garcia, man. Now this is different. He had a strong sense of duty and was always looking out for everyone. He got along pretty well with the leader too. I imagine so. He really is one of them ones, man. I heard he got scouted by some trading company. I wonder what he's doing now. My boy's a part of Ravacha. Over there with the Don. What was his name? Fucking Marsoni or something like that? Peanut head ass guy. You look like a blob of school lunch. You mentioned that everyone in your corps has gone their separate ways. Are you worried about them? I mean, I would imagine it's not so much that she's worried about them, but she probably misses them. Which makes sense. You know, when you're these corps, you know, part of these Jaeger corps, they all grow to care about each other. So of course she's going to miss them. Not really. They're all pretty tough, so I'm sure they're fine. You miss them, don't you? A bit. But it's okay. I've got class 7 now. No. That you did. I'm sure our class is going to go through a lot of challenges in the days ahead. But I'll be counting on you. I mean, to be fair, Fee, you're probably going to run into at least those 2 Zephyr members we saw back in Legram with Duke Cayenne, the ones that was hired as bodyguards. Because they're definitely Zephyr members. Because you could tell by that jacket. So I'm not sure what that's going to be like, but I'm sure it'll be a nice reunion. Because I'm sure they'll still care about her, of course. And vice versa. Sure. No. It's almost as awe-inspiring as the real thing. So this is a planetarium, is it? It's an impressive show of technological muscle. I suppose it is. It's definitely not something you see every day. And that you mention it, I guess this event's offering it as a pretty rare opportunity. It's amazing to think that technology has advanced far enough that it's able to recreate the wonders of nature. I'd love to show this to my brother and sisters too. I mean, honestly, shouldn't you get a chance to show this to your brother? Are your sisters coming, guys? I know you said ಠὼLove was coming with Charles. That's right. ಠޮLove's coming tomorrow, isn't he? You must be really excited given how long it's been since you've seen him. That obvious, is it? It's only been 4 months since I was last in Nord, so I'm sure he hasn't changed too much. But that's little bro though. Though I hope for my sake that I've grown in these past 4 months. Gaius. I'm sure you've grown, and not just you, but all of us. How could we not with all the trials we've had to face? Perhaps you're right. I'll have to be sure that ಠޮLove sees me at my best tomorrow. Spoken like a true big brother. That's what I like to hear. Elise is coming to see me too, so I'll have to make sure I don't do anything to make her sad again. Hey, little sis. We better get to walk around with our sister, man. If we don't, I'm beating up everybody. Everybody that comments, I'm beating you guys up. Considering how rarely she comes to visit, you'll have to be sure to show her a good time while she's here. I'll bet she'd like nothing more than explore the festival arm in arm with you. Well, yeah, showing her around the festival is pretty much the plan. But arm in arm? Don't you think she's getting a little old for that? Oh, don't worry about it. Just don't forget, we're older brothers. We need to be there for our siblings in whatever capacity they need us. I'll always be there for Elise, man. I don't care what nobody say. Hey, look at Millian's little face.
But boy, they really went crazy with this one, didn't they?
She talking like me. They went crazy.
I mean, this is just a school festival. It seems like a bunch of wasted effort to me.
Damn, Millian. Hey, don't belittle the other classes like that. Every student here put a ton of work into their contributions because this is more than just a school festival.
I guess so. Oh, I wish I could have come to this academy sooner. I didn't know it's going to be so much fun.
Now that I think about it, have you really only been here for 2 months? It feels like it's been a lot longer.
It's really dragged on, huh?
I didn't mean it like that. I meant that it didn't take you too long to fit in. It's hard to imagine Class 7 without you now.
You mean it? Well, a super spy like me's got to be able to blend in anywhere.
Yeah, I know you're a super spy. Is any sort of information you've been learning is going straight over to the chance. Claire or Lecter or whoever else you want to speak to. I mean it. You know we see you as a classmate and a friend, not as a field agent, right? We wouldn't help you with studying or on our field studies if we didn't.
I know. It's way too easy to lose sight of why I'm really here when I'm with you guys, though.
I'm sure your mission is really important, so don't take this as me saying otherwise, but as long as you're wearing that uniform, you're a Thor's student. This is the one thing I've always been curious about when it came to Millian. I brought this up very early on when they first like pushed her to be into the academy. I don't know if it was that same specific part or the next one, but I questioned it. What is her reason for truly being here? Obviously, like she's saying, she's a spy. That much is true. Like, she's clearly here on an agenda. But I'm trying to think, is there something that we should know? Is it obvious? Is her mission obvious? Or is it not? Is it something we shouldn't be able to know? Or is it something that we actually know and I'm just being a fucking idiot? Because the only reason I could think that the only reason I think she could be in this class is if they have a suspect for, who they think the Imperial Liberation Front Garcia is. And the reason I think that's the case is because I think I said it maybe during was it during a Claire conversation or something? I can't really remember specifically, but I was wondering if she had an idea of C, because I believe she said something interesting. I'm not sure if this was in Ruhr or where it was. And I really wish I knew what that part was. Yeah, because I feel like Claire has an idea. Like, even when the airship exploded and, in Ruhr, like, everyone was reacting, but Claire obviously knew something was not right. Like, I feel like if anybody puts the pieces together about who C is, I guarantee you I wouldn't be scared to bet 50 mirror it's Claire. It is going to be Claire that figures it out. So at least for the duration of the festival, I think you should focus on having fun like any other student.
Maybe you're right. Besides, one problem's already out of the way. It probably wouldn't hurt to take things easy for a little while.
One problem's out of the way. What do you mean by that? What the hell is she talking about? Is she referring to... What is she referring to? Imperial Liberation Front? Does they think that they're dead or something? Even though they're not? What is she talking about? Emilia Muro? You got some explaining to do.
Oh, look at that star. It looks just like Lammy. I shall dub thee the Lammy star. Dang, I'm good at naming stuff.
More like, dang, you're plain as hell. Well, all that really matters is that she's having a good time.
But seriously, man, they built this place to literally put stars in pretty ladies' eyes. And here you go and invite me? I mean, I'm touched, really. But look at the girls in our class. You could add your pick.
Maybe. But what's the problem with the two of us hanging out? Besides, it's not as though I saw you marching in here with a girl on each arm.
Lies and slander. I'll have you know that the ladies can't get enough of me. I've been asked out so many times that I've started to lose count.
I've gotta admit, you do seem like you'd be pretty popular. But didn't you say Angelica stole all your girlfriends away from you?
You just had to remember that little tiny detail, didn't you?
Wonder what Jellica's up to right now anyway. Who knows? You don't even know if she'll even be able to make it here.
Now buck up, kiddo. The only thing you should be worried about is finding a girl of your own before she comes back and steals them all.
Maybe. But I don't know if I really want to rush into anything right now. I like things the way they are. I'm happy just hanging out with you and the rest of Class 7 here at the Academy.
The naivete of youth. You don't get to be a kid forever, so take advantage of it while you can. The next year's gonna be over in a blink. You don't want to know how many guys I saw break down in tears once they realized the good times were all gone. But if you do, I can provide you names and a dramatic recreation of the ways they cried, you know, to drive the point home.
Yeah, he's trying to give a full scene on it. That won't be necessary though. No thanks, I'm good. Over in a blink, huh? It carries a lot of weight coming from you.
Damn right it does. I mean it though. What you've got going with Class 7, you don't find that every day. Some people never do. You might not realize it yet, but it's a rare treat to be surrounded by people you like, all working towards something great.
You're right, Crow. We really are lucky. And the next thing we've got to work towards is the success of our concert. That means I'll be counting on you. You're not out of the woods yet, old man.
Now we're talking, likewise.
Truly big bro. Oh man, this gets sadder by the minute every time we see a scene with him.
I'm kinda impressed by how much work they put into making a realistic starry sky. Almost makes me want to crack open a few beers and start stargazing.
Honestly, sir, we need to have a talk. I feel like every time you open your mouth during any sort of event or anything that's occurring, it always comes down to having a few beers. All roads lead to alcohol for you, don't they? I hate to say it, but you're kind of killing the ambience. Damn, he didn't have to get that blunt. Damn, your boy Ring didn't have to get that blunt.
Oh, and just what kind of ambience am I killing here? Just what did you think would happen when you got a beautiful young woman like me into a place like this? Nothing in particular. Besides, it's not like anything could happen with all these people around. Oh, well, perhaps we should take this somewhere a little more private. You're just trying to mess with me right now, aren't you? You got me. But I can't help it. You've got to stop being so fun to tease. Sure. Blame the victim. The only time you even border on acting mature is when you're faking someone out. What do you mean the only time? I am so mature and reliable. I'm reliable, mature. Right. You're the kind of woman who's mature enough to shove all of her work on the students like me and ಠಃLove. Get her. Get her. Stop playing around with Sarah's feelings. Let's just rip one into her. Always overworking us. Always drinking alcohol. Never actually helping out during the field studies. And you come at the last minute if you do, probably like fucking back in ţ霖. And you are reliable. We can rely on you to spend your days off drinking till you're 3 sheets to the wind. Makes sense that the vice principal is always going berserk on you. Yeah, we're Heinrich yet. We need a scene of this moment right here in the garden with Sarah and Heinrich. If all of that wasn't so true, I'd almost be offended. Still, even though it doesn't seem that way, I've always got your back. I do believe that, though. We know. How could we not? You're always there to lend us a hand when it really counts. That's why ಠಃLove and I are always putting up with your unreasonable demands. We know you care about us, and we feel the same. You set me up for that, didn't you? When did this happen? I'm the one who's supposed to tease you, not the other way around. Now we're even. That said, everything I mentioned is true. So if it makes you think a little about your life choices, all the better. You're more sadistic than I thought you were. Jeez. How'd I wind up with such a troublemaker in my class? I learned it from the best. That was a good moment. I would like to see student Sarah. And we are finally with our little student council president ಠಃLove, aka wife, 100%. I could almost get lost in the stars. I'm actually something of a stargazer myself. Oh, really? Yeah, it was one of my grandpa's hobbies, so I kind of picked it up from him. Sometimes when the student council runs late, I stare up at the stars while I walk back to the dorms. Although I do sometimes trip and fall over stuff because I'm not looking where I'm going. Oh. You might want to try watching where you're going in the future. You put out so many fires at the academy that I worry it'd burn you to the ground if you were out of commission. True. I feel like if she was out of commission, everything would go to shit. I think you're making a bigger deal out of this than it actually is. This really takes me back, though. We went all over the place last year while we were testing the Arcus units. One night we found ourselves lying in a big open field together just gazing up at the stars. History repeats itself, I guess. We did the same thing when we were in the Nord Highlands. Wow, really? Nord is supposed to have beautiful view of stars. I'd love to go there myself one day, and I'd be sure to take Angie with me. Oh. ಠಃLove, George, Crow, and Angelica must have just as many little memories from their field studies as we do. And after all we've been through together, having to part ways with a classmate is... well, that's not something I want to think about, and I hope I never have to before we graduate.
Oh, my heart, bro. This shit is sad. This is sad, bro. For all parties involved, man. Like, I feel bad, bro. Because ಠಃLove and George and Crow right now, they're going through the stuff with Angelica. But then they're going to get slapped in the face. They're going to be absolutely slapped in the damn face when Crow is no longer a part of this academy because he turns out to be C, the terrorist. So now it's ಠಃLove and George. Oh man, I'm getting sick. This shit is gonna make me sick. Sorry, Rain. I didn't mean to make our conversation all gloomy. Oh, I know. Why don't we all go do a bit of stargazing together when things calm down a little? I know this great spot on just the highway that would be perfect for us. I'd love that. I'll try to round up my classmates if you can do the same with yours. It sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. Great, well then it's settled. I don't know when I'll be able to do it, but I'm looking forward to it already. This was, that was a sad one. But we finally wrapped up and finished up with these.